Good evening, everyone. Hello there. Hope you are having a good evening, good Wednesday. I am not using my light tonight because I honestly have no tripod mounting point where I am going to put it. I am using a new camera. I am not using my A7R5. I am using a Razer Hero, I think, Pro 4K Ultra bonus whatever. Supposedly it is a very good webcam that works in low light, and I can actually see the individual hair follicles on my head, so it's a pretty awesome camera. There, I just turned on my light, so let me put this in the background. That's what's called coming prepared, guys. Let's bring. So tonight is going to be very special, and the reason why that it is that special, you know what? If I just put the light and rest it right there, that's not bad. Okay, that looks nice. I'll run with that. So tonight is going to be special. A couple of you have asked me to try mixing using stock plugins only. And this one is for you. This stream is for you guys. So tonight, I'm going to be working with a multi-track mix that I recorded. Well, and when I say I recorded, I mean the band recorded. This was from, if you guys follow my Instagram, I posted a story with their with the video from the gig. It's a new band that I've been working with. They are called the Crusaders, and they are a cover band that covers classic rock, pop, dance hits or whatever. Their link is in the description. And this was my first gig with them. So we went to the Sussex County Fairgrounds, and we were enclosed in a humongous pavilion with no doors, so it was literally just a steel roof on top of us, and that was pretty brutal as far as acoustics go. We will be going over everything a little bit. I just want to give the algorithm a chance to let everyone know that I'm live. So a little bit background about the gig. This was during the day. It was extremely windy, and it was pretty much a nightmare to deal with the wind, getting vocal mics sounding good. So we're going to work with that, with the multi-tracks as a result of that. They use a Soundcraft stagebox. Everything was recorded in waveform, and yeah. Hold on. Oh, my goddamn cat. Elvis is in ultra terrorist mode today. Okay, let me answer some chats real quick before I get started, and before you people start yelling at me to get on with it. So, Florida Punk Archivist. I don't know why I keep trying to pronounce the full name. FPA. I take pride in only using stock plugins. Stock plugins. Well, we're going to find out tonight if the stock plugins are good or not. INV. Hello. FPA. Nice tank top. You know what? It's hot. I don't give a shit. The guns are not out. I do not. I have water pistols. I don't have guns. DJ Phono says, did you go to school to learn how to install sound systems for the churches? No. Sammy, hey, sent an email, followed you on Instagram, interested in your service. Please get back to me. I will get back to you when I can. DJ Phono, my church needs better audio, and you motivated me to learn and help put effort into my church. Good for you, buddy. Wave or AIFF, these were recorded wave. So I believe they were recorded at 48K wave. Yeah. All right, so let's just get on with it. So like I said, the band that I'm working with today is the Crusaders. And you can hear Elvis playing with his toy in the background because he is being Captain Asshole tonight. So these are just, the goal tonight is to create a mix template because the band records all their sets, and the guy, the main guitar player and keyboard player, Mark, mixes everything in post. So he asked me to make a template for them. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We are making a mix template to give to this band so that they can have a great starting point to mix their set. So I wanted to focus on a song tonight that had just about everything that you could ever ask for in a mix. Quiet lows, punchy choruses, really good tom fills right here. And the song that we are going to be mixing tonight is a cover of Footloose by Kenny Loggins. So get ready to hear Footloose a lot tonight, guys. Once we get Footloose sounding good, we're going to skim through the rest of it to see if it sounds good across the board. And we'll go from there. So these are only, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are only 6 of like the 20,000 songs that they played at the gig. So they only sent me a sample of what we were working with here. And that's that. We are going to be going with this. Now, the rule for this challenge is because Mark does not use any third-party plugins. The challenge for this is to use stock plugins only. And I got to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous about this because I haven't used Logic plugins to mix a session in God knows how long. Years it's been. And there are some new Logic plugins that I've never used before. So I have no idea how they sound. I have no idea how they're going to, manipulate the tracks. I could, in about an hour or so, go through my usual process with all the third-party plugins that I normally use. But I really, I want to first off challenge myself to see if I could still, if I can mix with stock plugins, because a good mixer can mix with anything and get it to sound good. So I just need to basically relearn how Logic plugins sound. Russell in the chat says, if you had to swap with the lighting guy at a show, would it hurt more to figure out the lighting console or hearing what the lighting guy was doing with the sound? Since I'm not a lighting guy, the answer would be whatever's harder to learn lights. I don't like lights. I don't like setting up lights. I don't understand routing DMX lines. It's gibberish to me. So I'm not a lighting guy. I've tried to learn DMX routing, and every time I've tried to program my own lights, it just ends in disaster. So I'm just not a lighting guy. If you have everything pre-programmed on the faders where all I got to do is just like, hey, this fader will do this effect, this fader will do that, then I can hear the music and, fuck with the lights a little bit. But as far as like programming lights, I know fuck all about programming lights. I tried. I'm just not good at it. Anyway, so I'm going to go through every single process that I go through with everything. My process of how I mix is not going to change. And the goal with this is to, see if I can get a great sounding mix using stock plugins, which, that's an easy answer to that question. I could. The question I have to myself is, how different will this sound compared to, let's say, if I mix this with all my third-party plugins? And above all else, we are making a mix template for the band because they do not have third-party plugins, but they use Logic Pro to mix their multitracks. So once I save this project as a template, they can just literally plug in all of their inputs in the corresponding tracks, and they'll have a mix 90% of the way there. Of course, a template does not mean you don't have to do anything else. If you save this as a template, you have to still check and see if everything sounds good. All right. I think I've gone over this enough. I think I've talked enough. Let's just get going with this. So right away, what I'm going to do is set up my buses and get everything routed. So I have my drums bus. I have a bass bus. I have a guitar bus. I'm going to have a keyboard and backing track bus in case they use backing tracks. They didn't use it for this gig. I'll add the talk box set too because that's also an effect that is going to be very rarely used, but I'll put it in the same bus. Then all my vocal buses. I will have all my instrument buses routed to one master instrument bus, and then my master instrument bus and my master vocal bus will be routed to my mix bus. So that is how I route everything. Instruments, Vox, keys, tracks, guitar, bass, drums, and then let's make everything red. Let's make the mix bus brown. And now let's colorize all of the individual tracks. All right, now that we have a good starting point, so now I'm gonna basically break the rules right now as it is. I'm basically gonna go back on everything I just said. I will be using a third-party plugin right from the start, but not to change the sonic characteristics of the tracks. I'm going to be using auto align to just make sure everything gets aligned in phase, because here's the difference. If I wanted to use, if I wanted to do this manually, what I would do is I would zoom in here on the snare drum. Let's eliminate the mixer. I would move in on the snare, right? Zoom in on this one snare hit. And then what I would do is I would align everything to this snare drum. So I would have to make the waves a little bit bigger to hope that a little bit of the snare bled into the kick so I can, guess from that. And then you see how the tom track right here is a little bit more further out than the snare. So like if I put the playhead right at the start of the snare drum hit, see how the tom 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all further away. I would have to physically move it, right? I would have to make sure that everything is aligned like that on the drums. Then I'd have to do it on the vocal tracks because the vocal tracks and the drums are the only live mics that are on stage. So I would have to align everything to that. And it's just really, really annoying too. Because you see here, this snare drum, it starts going down the waveform. So I would have to find the talk box, which is a live mic, Mark vocal, Cruz vocal, Mario vocal, Stu vocal, and Keys vocal. I would have to align the snare drum and hope that the wave is the start of a snare drum hit to the snare drum. And then once all that's aligned, what I have to do then is check the phase of everything, because just because everything's aligned properly doesn't mean that it doesn't sound good in phase or if I flip the phase. So what I would have to do then is flip the phase of every single track to make sure if it sounds good or not. So that's doing it manually. Now, AutoAlign will basically do all of that work for me just in plugin form. So I'm not changing any EQ. I'm not compressing anything. I'm not doing anything to the sound of the tracks itself. I am just literally auto-aligning them and saving you 45 minutes to an hour of precise editing, like literally moving it by samples over to make sure everything sounds good in phase. So I did advise Mark to buy AutoAlign. He said, what plugins do I get? And I'm going to say to him the same thing I said to you guys. I'm going to harp on it again and again. Get yourself AutoAlign. That is, if you insist on not buying third-party plugins, great, more power to you. But as far as helping your workflow and helping make sure that your raw tracks sound as good as they can be, you want to make sure everything's phase aligned, corrected, and you want to make sure that everything sounds good in correspondence to all the other live mics on stage. Or if you're in the studio and you have like 16 mics on a drum kit or whatever, you want to use AutoAlign to make sure that all the drum tracks are perfectly in phase with one another so that everything sounds great. So that if you are, let's say, EQing something and you're EQing something a certain way, but it still doesn't sound right, but you make sure, all you do is make sure that the shit is phase aligned correctly, all of a sudden there's more bottom end in your kick drum. So that is what I'm doing. That's all I'm going to do, and that is the only third-party plugin that I'm going to use tonight. I also told Mark to buy this plugin, so he'll have access to it when he downloads it and puts on his license. Ace Man, but how come the drums aren't blue and the bass purple? The drum tracks are blue. I put the bass yellow because that's just what I use. I don't, whatever color you want, I don't care. Russell, again, I do lights a lot, and that's about the sum of it. And most of, if not all shows where it's not time coded the way you put it is exactly how it goes. Anyway, this is an audio channel. I'll shut up now. No, don't shut up. Ask questions away, and I'll respond whenever I can. As a retired professional musician, ask Dave Rack. No plugins, all outboard gear. Some lame guy told Getty. Oh God, someone just chatted, and I just lost where I was. Some lame guy told Getty Ale. I think you meant Getty Lee. To not use his Oberheim keyboards because the tech was lazy. There's no plugin that sounds like an actual lexicon. Okay, now if we're gonna go with gear snobbery, just like now, I insist you shut the fuck up. I don't tolerate gear snobbery. I don't tolerate anyone saying this nowhere near sounds like this. Use whatever sounds good. I mix completely in the box, and I think my mixes over the years I've shown you guys speak for themselves. So whatever works good for you works for you. If you want to spend tens of thousands of dollars on outboard gear to make your mix sound that much better, by all means, if you have that kind of money, go for it. I live in a small one-bedroom apartment. I am not dedicating an entire space to put a rack of outboard gear. And I really am sick of people name dropping Dave Rat. Like, just enough. He's not the end all be all with live sound engineering. He's certainly like a pioneer, but just stop taking his word as gospel. Like, I really fucking hate when people do that. Anyway, all right. Let's get going here. So I'm going to put AutoAlign on everything, and we'll go for now. First, I'm going to do like my basic raw levels test, see how everything sounds just as is without phase correcting. And if you hear the jingles in the background, it's my fucking cat playing with my, with a little string thingy that the blinds that the blinds are on. So all right. Mics, by the way, the kick is an Audix D6. The snare and the toms are all the the clip-on Behringer mic kit. I don't even know what the specific models are. The overheads are the small diaphragm condensers that Behringer has. So very cheap in price gear that we're using here. But you guys see me all the time mix with cheap microphones, and they come out sounding awesome. So gear does matter to an extent, but it mostly doesn't matter. And fuck you if you're a gear snob.
on burning.
And we're rolling, rolling, rolling on a river. Said we're rolling, rolling, rolling on a
Jack, get back. Come on before we crack. Lose your blues.
everybody cut.
Okay, so obviously there are no keyboards here, but the keyboards, they're very synthy sounding. And normally I don't do anything with keyboards. So, in fact, what I'm going to do now is my entire keyboard processing. And just put a high-pass filter around 100. Low-pass filter around 6, a little less severe of a slope. Take out a little bit of the mud here. Again, it's just literal muscle memory from working with keyboards all these years. And that's usually all I'll do on keyboards, just put an EQ on it. I don't usually compress keyboards unless they're like super dynamic and, you know, there's a signal that's really hot and then really cold, like the Katy Perry song. But their keyboards it's the same tone and they're consistent. One other note, same with the backing tracks. Since they're all like stereo mastered samples, all you got to do is just literally adjust the levels of the fader there. Talkbox is done by Mario Vocal. So as far as the EQ goes, the Talkbox will be the same exact processing as Mario Vocal, and Keys Vocal will be the same as Mark Vocal. Since he has two vocal mics up there, since he has two vocal mics up there, and he plays guitar on one mic and then keyboards he uses another mic. They're both the same mic. All I gotta do is just copy the processing over and then have him, when they do a keyboard song and when they mix it, just adjust the fader. So this will be pretty easy. Mario and Mark both have DI guitars, so this is going to be very easy. So let's go to a part where they are playing, where everyone's going. Stu Vocal is the drummer. Okay, good. My cat is just using a litter box. He's not snooping in my garbage. So Mario and Mark, their guitars are all DI, and Stu, the drummer, has a vocal mic. So the drum vocals are always hard to do. So I'll have to do some pretty finesse EQing with that. But because Stu Vocal has like literally the same, Stu has a vocal mic behind his drum kit, I'm going to treat that basically like I treat any other close mic. Just eliminate 10K upward and hope that I don't have a lot of cymbal bleed. He's pretty good with getting control over vocal in his mic while separating it. I know if you zoom in right here, here's his vocal, obviously. So I'll just have to minimize the bleed from that into the final mix. So that all comes down to EQing. So what I'm going to do now is put on the only third-party plugin. Yeah, you see Elvis in the background just running around like crazy. All I'm going to do is auto align 2. Again, I told Mark to get this plugin, and he said he's going to buy it. So now that we heard this mix, what it sounds like without auto align on, let me click align, play it, and it will get us a better phase aligned multi-track.
Your blues, everybody cut foot loose. Whoa, cut foot loose. Whoa, cut foot loose. Whoa, cut foot loose. Oh, yeah. You got me turning around.
I really hope you guys are listening on good speakers or good headphones, because there's a lot more low-end presence now that I did that. Now I won't have to boost the low end and hope that it's there. Okay. Now that we got that taken care of, let me check the chat, see if we got any new participants. I guess Blue Man Arthur decided that I guess he punched out because I scaring people away. That's the old me thing that I do here. I remember. Oh, okay. I know who Blue Man Arthur is now. I know he went on kind of like an ego trip in the comments on one of my videos, so I remember him now. All right. Let's see. Ace Man went on a little bit of a tirade of himself here. I've been recording and mixing since required an analog desk and tape machine. And sure, analog was great, but trust me, when that lexicon blows a cap or chip, it is useless. We won't ever get into recapping board channels, patched by hell, and servicing and calibrating tape machines. Yeah, it's just fucking irritating to do. FPA, analog is fun until you realize it is thousands and thousands of parts working together to do a task. Way too risky. Yes, my point exactly. Eliezer, who you curse out today? I didn't curse anyone out. Just like I don't tolerate gear snobbery, and if you're gonna come up with gear snobbery, like I'm gonna call you out on it. I'm sorry that people are butthurt and sensitive. I don't like gear snobbery. It's the one thing that genuinely pisses me off, like right out of the gate. If you come in here and like, oh, and have this attitude, like, digital's great, but nothing can ever sound like this. Or, if you're like, oh, this is good, but, Dave Rat, and not everyone's fucking Dave Rat, and not everyone can afford tens of thousands of dollars of analog gear. So, shut the fuck up. Yeah, I personally prefer the sound of analog recordings. Like, if you listen to, like, perfect example, if you listen to the Foo Fighters records before their Wasting Light record, you can hear how digital it sounded and how bad it was. Honestly, is like, it sounds so digital and clean, and like it sounds too clean. But then you listen to Wasting Light, they recorded 100% on analog gear in Dave's house, and it sounds amazing. Like, that's the difference between all digital and all analog. But where I come in, I like using analog emulated plugins and using them to the point where it almost sounds a little analog, but I use really good analog emulated. Nothing will ever truly 100% sound analog. It just won't. So the gear snobbery who will go like, well, you need analog. You're right. Nothing will sound 100% like analog. But digital has come such a long way now that you guys have heard me mix dozens of times now with the analog emulating plugins that I have. And it sounds good. Again, it's all about the end product. Whatever sounds best for you is the best option for you. Me personally, I love the sound of records from the 70s, early 80s, and 60s even. I love analog sounds better than all digital. And there were a lot of late 90s and early 2000s bands that went completely digital, and it sounds completely digital. Like that resurgence of analog interest after Nevermind came out, when the first Rage Against the Machine record, all those records that were recorded in Sound City after, Nevermind, they all sound amazing, and I personally prefer those sounds. Again, whatever sounds best for you. I'm by default a in-the-box mixer because I don't have the financial means to afford tens of thousands of dollars of gear. I'd rather use a plugin of an LA2A that sounds great and sounds a little like a real LA2A. Like this microphone, for example. This was modeled after a Lewitt large IFM condenser. It's by a company called Bazen. And this retails for $250. Now, I did a test comparing this microphone with a vintage Neumann UH7, and this sounds just fine by comparison. $250 versus almost $3,000. Over $3,000. You got to choose where you want to spend the money. I'd rather spend the money on vacations, modifying my cars, and, other things than analog gear to just get that percentage better of a sound. But that's just me. Anyway, let's get back to it. Now that Autoline is on, let's actually get mixing. Let's get on with it, guys. So let's explore here, because I have not mixed with Logic stock plugins in years. So we're about to go on a road together. I have no idea what a lot of things do. Let's see. Vintage EQ collection, vintage console EQ. Let's see what this does. Ooh, hello. This looks like a Neve 1073. This is a Neve 1073. Like, this is what it looks like. Okay. So I'm going to use this as a preamp. Elvis is running all over the place and he tripped on a wire. Am I still good? Yeah, I'm still good. Okay. Elvis, get off of that. Okay, let's listen to the kick drum and see what's what. Ooh, output module sounds pretty sweet. All right, before I do the console EQ, let's do a noise gate. Nope, I can't. I'm instinctively going to my third-party stuff. Dynamics, it's probably in here. Yep, noise gate. All right. Oh my God, it's been so long since I've used this one. That doesn't sound good at all. Fuck, does Logic have another noise gate? No, that's it. Expander, de-esser, compressor, adaptive limiter. Nope. All right, let's work with what we got. All right. I like that the high pass that the low cut doesn't have like you can choose any frequency essentially right here you want. It doesn't have to be 50, 80, 160 or 300 like the one I normally use. Oh, what the hell did I just do there? What the fuck did I just do there? Oh god. Come on, asshole. Why is that not... Sorry, guys. Why is this... There we go. That's more like it. Elvis, what are you doing in there, dude? Are you trying to, like, take a piss in there? Ah, you prick. All right, let's see what the stock Logic compressors have, because I know there are a couple of models of compressor on here. So I know the Platinum Digital is just Logic's default compressor. I know Studio VCA, I mean, it's red, and with the way the knobs look, that looks like a Focusrite. Studio FET, that undoubtedly looks like an 1176. Classic VCA, Lexicon, maybe? It doesn't have an attack release. I know, I'm going to guess Lexicon. This looks like an SSL. Vintage FET, that... Vintage FET. Oh my! Is this another an 1176? Yeah, Studio FET, Vintage FET. This looks like another 1176. And Vintage Opto. I'm gonna take a wild guess here and say this looks like an LA2A. So, actually, in fact, let me actually look it up real quick. Let me actually look it up. Logic Pro compressor models. Again, I'm learning this as I go, guys. The definitive guide to Logic Pro's compressors. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Platinum Digital, Studio VCA, Focusrite Red 3. Okay, I was right about that one. Studio FET, I said 1176. Yep, 1176 Blackface, Classic VCA. DBX. Okay. I don't know why I said Lexicon. Why did I say Lexicon? DBX. Okay. That's good. Vintage VCA. SSL Bus Comp. Okay. Awesome. Vintage FET. Some say it's based on the 1176 Silver. It's an 1176. All right. Vintage Opto. LA2A. There we go. Okay. I was mostly right with those guesses. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay. Stream cold or not? Okay. Yep. Stream looks healthy. My frame rates. I had an internet scare here today, so internet was really choppy today. By the way, this camera is really, really good. I mean, I'm looking at the at OBS right now, and I don't see any digital noise. I don't see any image noise in the back, in the dark room. I can literally see individual hair follicles on my head. This looks awesome. And even like my light in a very ghetto style resting upwards right there on my, table. Now it's off. It still looks good. Yeah, this is a very nice jerry-rigged setup. All right, sweet. Picture is clear. Yeah, the autofocus is a little finicky, though, but I have an app where I can manually control the focus, but if I lean back or, come up close, the autofocus is working just fine. Anyway, all right, now that I know what the compressor models are, let's, what would I use for a kick? I think I'm going to go with the Focusrite for the kick. I don't want to use the Platinum Digital because this doesn't have any, saturation, analog saturation on it. I'm going to try either the Focusrite or the 1176 mod, whichever sounds best. Let's try the, I don't want auto gain at all. All right, so let's see what this can do. I like the sound of the VCA better. I'm liking that tone a lot better. So, kick drum looks good. All right. Now let's add another EQ on that for when I blend it with the bass. I'll save this to blend with the bass later. So now let's go to the snare drum. I wonder why it's doing that. Am I doing anything different from the kick comp to the snare comp? I don't want auto release on. Well, I'm not doing anything to limit it. So why is it sticking down like that? Why is it doing that? That looks really weird. Okay, let's try this one more time. Am I going crazy here? Let's turn off the multi-band expander and see if that does anything. Okay, this is really weird. Why is it doing that? It's literally almost the same exact settings as the kick. So why is it doing that? Why is the compressor needle going all the way down on that? Why is it doing that? I'm very confused now at that. Huh. Is this a bug? Let me turn off everything else going on. Something happened. Noise gate. Console EQ, channel EQ, multipressor. Alright, does the compressor change if I turn everything else off? Okay. All right, so it's getting buggy with this. Huh. That's really strange. Is this a bug in Logic? Like, is... Hold on. Now I'm gonna... This is really weird now. Alright, I'm gonna potentially fuck up my whole audio thing. So close project. Now I'm gonna reopen it. And hopefully... it works. Hold on. Let me now... Okay. Yeah, whatever. It must have been a software bug because I just reopened Logic, and now everything's working right. now the needle's not sticking all the way down here. That actually doesn't sound too bad. All right. Chromaverb sounds very gate reverbery. Yeah, that sounds good. That's not bad, and the preset, the stock preset, sounded all right. So I'm gonna roll with that. Oh God, is it doing that again? Is every time I put a compressor on a new drum track, is it gonna like constantly like be compressed because I put the 1073 emulator on it? That's a serious bug. All right, you know what? I'm just going to run with this. Once I put the compressor on the toms and I get the toms settled, I'll reboot Logic and fuck with that. And then that'll be basically reset. All right. Tom 2 sounds good. Let's basically copy everything I did on Tom 2 to bring it over to Tom 3. Now, see, I copied it over to Tom 3, and it's not doing that like it's doing on Tom 2. So, okay, okay, I know it wasn't a me thing. This is a software thing. I know this is a software situation. Alright, there's a song over here that has more than one small rack tom hit. Let's go to the first song here. I believe this song is Barracuda. Yeah, that's definitely Barracuda. Okay. All right, the close mics don't sound that bad. There might be a little bit of boomy bass, boomy low end with that. I'll just have to revisit that when I do the rest of the tracks here. Let me rest my ears for a second because that was a lot. I had everything really loud in here. Catch up with the let me catch up with the chats here. Let's see. What's everyone talking about in the chat room? What's everyone talking about in the chat room? Okay. Yeah, the toms sound fucking clean. Ace Man, if only 50% of the toms I get sent sounded this good. Yeah, this is... Again, these are the cheap Behringer drum mics. Let's see if I can find it online. Yeah, it's these. These are... Yeah, you want to know what mics I'm using on the toms? This. Behringer TMI 200. $40. This is what's on the snare and the toms. A quote-unquote cheap-ass, low-grade Behringer microphone. That's what's on the snare and toms. And the kick is a D6. So, to every gear snob out there that's like, oh, you must spend thousands of dollars on mics. Suck it. Heaven's Noodle, this is Logic Pro, and no, it is not available for Windows, and you will never see me use a Windows machine on this channel. So, just going forward, anyone who's like, oh, do you use Windows? Nope. I only use Mac systems. Let's see. Have you ever... OG... I'm not even going to try to pronounce your full name, so... Hikaru's Piano? I don't... Bro. Long-ass name. Have you ever tried BandLab before? I don't even know what that is. BandLab. Make music online. What is this shit? Make music anytime, anywhere, connect with millions, release your tracks and engage with fans, keep 100% of your earnings. Record, mix, and collaborate on your music projects from start to finish with our best. This looks like it's everything digital. Like, everything's involved with loops. No. I've never used that before, and unless it's a real band playing real instruments, I have no interest in it. Are they working independently from each other? You may have to manually open them on each channel. Oh, probably talking about the compressor. Have you tried out the Slate ML modeling microphone? I just got one. The ML1. I've never tried it. I've never tried it, and I'd like to. I'd like to try it and see what it sounds like, but it's one of those where it's like it's a mic, but you know in the software it models other microphones, right? Is that what that is? Don't you need also the Slate interface to work with that as well? I think I read before where you needed the Slate interface in order to use it. I have no. I'm curious to see what it sounds like, but not really. I'm happy with what I got. I still have my AKG C214 large diaphragm condenser. I have this guy. This is my new voiceover mic. So any voiceover you hear that I do on the channel going forward, it's this guy. Yeah. And by the way, anyone who might be thinking right now, you know, do I need a specific DAW to do work? No. You can use any DAW you want. Every DAW will basically do exactly the same thing that you need. Reaper is amazing because it's essentially free. You can get Cubase, that works fine too. If you want to get Pro Tools and, you know, give Avid a bunch of money for the rest of your life, then by all means go for it. But Logic Pro, if you have a Mac, it's a one-time purchase of $200, and then you constantly get fresh updated features with it. To me, it's a no-brainer. But there have been studies where, like, if you load a bunch of plugins on a bunch of channels, Logic sometimes bugs out and crashes, and other DAWs don't. So that's kind of embarrassing that, you know, Apple's own DAW, you know, doesn't perform as well in heavy use scenarios. Like, this is my MacBook is an M1 Max MacBook Pro. I edit 4K 60 video all the time on it with zero lag, zero issues. But if I load a 40 channel session with a bunch of plugins on it, sometimes it has a problem keeping up, which is kind of embarrassing. So, Jess Ryan says, no, just a VST plugin that comes with it. Oh, I'm curious to try it. I mean, I can't, like, I keep forgetting that I'm in a position now where, like, I can email companies and be like, hey, I have, you know, look at my subscriber count. I'd love to collaborate. Like fun fact, I'm pretty sure I said this before on another stream, but I emailed QSC, the speaker manufacturing company, to just see if I can get some of those new column arrays that they released. And they're like, yeah, sure, we don't have any right now, but email us at the end of May and we'll see if we can work something out. So I may get a PA system from them to review, of course, and then send back, but still pretty dope. Ace Man says Cubase is life. Whatever works for you. I'm at a point now where I'm just exhausted fighting with people, because there's going to be gear snobs everywhere you go, and you can't express an opinion on Pro Audio YouTube without an endless swarm of fucking locusts coming at you with the whole "you're doing it wrong" routine. So I'm tired. Whatever works for you. I don't give a shit. Every DAW does the same exact thing. Anyway, my ears are now rested. Let's get back to it. Yeah, I'm extremely impressed with how good these drums sound. Just out of the gate, they sound really good. Patreon coming very soon, by the way. Patreon is coming very soon. I'm just finishing up filming one more piece of content that I'm going to be putting exclusively on the Patreon page. And then I will officially launch Patreon. But in the Patreon video, I go over all the instruments that the band used for this. So if you want more behind the scenes of technical bullshit that happened at this gig, plus more in-depth, you know, stuff with that, subscribe to Patreon. When I launch it, it'll be on my community page. Anyway, let's work with these overheads. So one is directly over the hi-hat, and one was almost directly over the ride, pointing at the snare. So I'm going to treat this like I treat any other set of overheads. By the way, the toms sound good on these microphones. Toms sound really good. Holy shit. Okay. I see what you're cooking there, Behringer. That sounds really good. Hell yeah. Little overheads. You're doing really good. Let's see. What else do we have here to play with? So EQ, vintage EQ collection. What's vintage tube EQ? What is tube EQ? Oh! We got a Pultec emulation stock in Logic? Okay. Apple, I didn't see your game right here. This is really cool. Okay. So I can do my high-end boost attenuation trick with this. Sweet. We got a fucking Pultec emulation right in Logic. Okay. I'm very, very happy right now with this. All right, let's see what it sounds like. Okay, that's awesome. That is awesome. We got a Pultec emulator right in Logic. Okay, I'm impressed now. That's awesome. Yep, those drums are sounding pretty fucking good right now, I think. One last thing to do on it, and that's to put some parallel compression on it. Oh, no. First, what I want to do is on the overhead. What I want to do first on the overheads right here is compress the overheads. Let's see. Let's go with good old 1176. You know what? Let's see what the drum mix preset sounds like. Fuck it. Let's see what it thinks it should use. Vintage FET. Okay, so this is the other 1176 mod. Actually, I like the classic VCA sound on that. Yeah, the 1176 is how I would normally mix an 1176. It wasn't giving me that oomph that I wanted. So I'll just stick with that. Yeah, drums sound good. Let's move on to bass. bass and drums are done. Yeah, that sounds okay. So what I did with this before I move on, so I'm sure you guys saw what I was doing here. I have 3 instances of a compressor. Let's load them all up. So the first one is just an overall relatively fast attack, relatively fast release, just to get the gist of it, right? There's the first one. The second instance is holding the peaks, so attack is 0 and release is 9.5, so this is just getting the peaks. And then the third one is a side chain triggering just when the kick drum hits, so that when the kick hits, the bass lowers by like 2 dB on average. And I'm sure you saw with the EQ on the kick and the bass guitar, kick is being boosted at 60 at 3 dB, and it's being lowered in the bass guitar at 3 dB. Kick drum is being lowered at 46 hertz by 3 dB. Bass guitar is being boosted at 46 hertz at 3 dB. Around 40 to 50 is the nice bassy oomph foundation of the bass guitar, so I boost that on the bass, and then I take it out into kick. 60 hertz is where the foundation gut punch is of the kick drum, so I boost it in the kick, take it out in the bass. And on the bass, there's a lot of mud around 150, so I just take a little bit of that out. A little bit of boxiness around 300-400, take that out. And then everything pops together well. All right. There's drums and bass, I think, done. I'll have to revisit it. But all right, let's catch up with the chat rooms here. I use Studio One and I'm very happy with it. Yeah, again, whatever works for you. In my experience with Behringer over the last 30 years is some things are good, some not so much. It's never known to use them. Yeah. These mics sound awesome on the drums. So it sounds really, really good. Hikaru's piano. I bought a PreSonus Audio Box 96 USB. I tried to register my device for Studio One, but it said invalid date. Contact customer support. What do you want me to tell you? That snare is tasty. Thank you. Yeah, Joe on the bass guitar is really good. Joe is a very good bass player. He played in metal bands in the 80s, and he's just one of those old school bass players where he just like doesn't move that much on the stage, but he's just grooving. Yeah, Joe is a phenomenal bass player. Deaf as fuck, and I mean this with, all the love in the world. Deaf as fuck. But he's a really good bass player. All right, let's move on to guitars. Everything is DI on the guitar, so this should be relatively very easy to dial in. I'm sorry, I've listened to so many Bill McClintock mashups now, I can't hear Walking on Sunshine without singing Chemical Warfare in my head. It's one of those things where, like, I can't listen to the original song anymore because all I hear is the McClintock mashup. And to now, I mean, my ears are tired anyway right now, so let me just play it for you. Yeah.
Life was in the grave, silent death I tie about the wings of revelation. Marching death from chemicals, arrogance has won. Annihilation must. Soldiers defeated by death from smell. Bodies like dorm and no life. Rising your souls from the lab where they fell. Demons are ready to die. Nothing to see when the sleeping souls lie.
And I feel good.
Chemical warfare.
And I feel good.
Artificial peace.
All right, so now just listen to that now when we listen to Walking on Sunshine, because that's all I hear now is chemical warfare. Pinomad Sax. Sorry, I can't pronounce your username. Been trying to contact you about coming to fix the sound at my church. Please advise on best contact info. Email me. If I don't answer, just send a follow-up. I get a lot of emails, so I answer them the best I can when I can. So if I haven't answered you yet, it's probably because I haven't seen your email yet. Okay. Let's move on to guitars. Yeah, people seem to forget that I have a life and a day job and other things besides answering emails and going to churches. A lot of people seem to forget that. So I answer emails the best I can when I can. All right, let's do some guitar. Since everything's direct, it should be relatively easy. Chemical warfare. Yeah, those instruments are sounding pretty nice right now. Those instruments are sounding pretty good. Okay. Let's catch up with the chat. People are talking gear purchases. Okay. Yeah, people are starting to duck out here. Can't blame them. It's 10:30 at night here on the East Coast. So, thank you, everyone who is checking out the stream. I'm going to be live until I finish this. So, I don't have a set time where I'm going to sign off here. So, I'm just going to keep going, keep working. Actually, now that I just mentioned this, I got to take a piss. So, I'll be right back. All right. There we go. Camera focused. All right. Let's the streams real quick while my ears take a little recharge. Okay. Facebook is doing good. Let's see. Facebook is okay. Let's check YouTube. YouTube is okay. Okay. Facebook is doing good. Why? I don't know why I don't have that shit muted. Sorry about that. YouTube actually looks really good tonight. I guess their encoders are working pretty nicely. Rumble looks excellent, weirdly. And Twitch is looking good too. So, okay, all the fronts are doing all right. Okay. Let's continue working here.
Hard, been punching my card. 8 hours forward. I'll tell you what I got. You got this feeling at times just holding me down. Hit the ceiling, else I'll tear up this town. And I gotta cut loose, foot loose, kick off Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, totally off of my knees. Jack, get back, come on before we crack. Lose your your blues. Been working so hard, been punching my card. 8 hours for what? I'll tell you what I got. You got this feeling at times just holding me down. Hit the ceiling, else I'll tear up this town. And I gotta cut loose, foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, don't lay off of my knees. Jack, get back, come on before we crack. Lose your blues. Been working so hard, been punching my card. 8 hours for what? I'll tell you what I got. You got this feeling at times just holding me down. Hit the ceiling, else I'll tear up this town. And I gotta cut loose, foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, don't lay off of my knees. Jack, get back, come on before we crack. Lose your blues. Been working so hard, been punching my card. 8 hours for what? I'll tell you what I got. You got this feeling at times just holding me down. Been working so hard, been punching my card. 8 hours for what? I'll tell you what I got. You got this feeling at times just holding me down. Hit the ceiling, else I'll tear up this town. And I gotta cut loose, foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, don't lay off of my knees. Jack, get back, come on before we crack. Lose your blues. Been working so hard, been punching my card. 8 hours for what? I'll tell you what I got. You got this feeling at times just holding me down. Hit the ceiling, else I'll tear up this town. And I gotta cut loose, foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, don't lay off of my knees. Jack, get back, come on before we crack. Lose your blues. Been working so hard, been punching.
You're playing so cool, obeying every rule. Deep away down in your heart, you're burning, yearning for somebody to tell you that life ain't passing you by. I'm trying to tell you, you will if you don't even try. You'll get by if you don't cut loose, foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. Ooh-wee, Marie, shake it for me. Oh, my Lord, Come on, let's go. Lose your blues. Everybody cut foot loose. Cut foot. You're playing so cool. Obeying every rule. Deep way down in your heart. You're burning, yearning for somebody to tell you that life ain't passing you by. I'm trying to tell you, you will if you don't even try. You'll get by if you only cut loose, foot loose. Kick off your Sunday shoes. Oh, Marie, shake it for me. Oh, my Lord, come on, let's go. Lose your blues. Everybody cut foot loose. Cut foot. You're playing so cool. Obeying every rule. Deep way down in your heart. You're burning, yearning for somebody to tell you that life ain't passing you by. I'm trying to tell you, you will if you don't even try. You'll get by if you only cut loose, foot loose. Kick off your Sunday shoes. Ooh, Marie, shake it for me. Oh, my Lord, come on, let's go. Lose your blues. Everybody cut foot loose. Cut foot loose. Cut foot loose. Cut foot loose. You got me turning back. Come on before we crack loose.
Loose. Yeah. Everybody good. Everybody good. Everybody good. Everybody good. Everybody get to lose. Lose. Yeah. Everybody good. Everybody good. Everybody good. Everybody good. Everybody good. Everybody good. Everybody get to lose. Lose. Yeah. Everybody good. Everybody good. Everybody good. Everybody good. Everybody good. Everybody get to lose.
Cut foot loose. Kick off your Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, pull me off of my knees. Jack, get back. Come on before we crack. Lose your blues. Everybody cut, everybody cut. Everybody cut, everybody cut. Everybody cut, everybody cut. Everybody cut foot loose. Cut foot loose. Kick off your Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, pull me off of my knees. Jack, get back. Come on before we crack. Lose your blues. Everybody cut, everybody cut. Everybody cut, everybody cut. Everybody cut, everybody cut. Everybody. You'll get by if you only cut loose, foot loose. Kick off your Sunday shoes. Ooh,
shake it for me. Oh, my door. Come on, before let's go. Deuce, your deuce. We're turning it loose for your Sunday shoes. River and rolling,
Rolling, rolling on a river. And we're rolling, rolling, rolling on a river. And we're rolling, rolling, rolling. It never fails. You're lying so low in the wind. I bet you're gonna ambush me. Down, 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 down on my knees. Now won't you, Barracuda? Back over time, we were all trying for free. You met the purpose in me. No right, no wrong, selling a song. Whisk again. And if the real thing don't do the trick, no, you better make up something quick. You're gonna burn, 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 burn to the wick. Ooh, Barracuda. Oh, yeah. Come on. Sell me, sell you the purpose. Die down, deep down. And you, I think that you got the blues too. One more time. All that night and all the days when the dog looking back, the echo was still cool. Still cool. No right, no wrong, selling a song. Whisk again. And if the real thing don't do the trick, no, you better make up something quick. Run to sleep, I was worried about the way things might have been. Big wheel keep on turning. Round
right, that stuff is that's starting to sound nice. That's sounding pretty nice right now. Yeah. I mix in mono first. Like right at the very end is when I start panning shit. Just Ryan says, "Man, that is a very nice live recording." Yeah, it is. This sounds really good. So, I'm very happy with how this is coming out, and I mean, obviously, look at how much shit I'm using for the stock Logic plugins. You know, I'm using a lot right here, but the good thing about Logic's stock plugins is I'm barely using any CPU resources here. So it's only when I start using my third-party plugins does it really use a lot of CPU. I am curious, though, how this would sound. I mean, I'll make a separate video about this. Like, I think this is a great example to have a comparison between stock plugins versus my best third-party stuff and see how it compares. Because I'm really curious as to see how this would sound. Like the guitars would sound amazing with the API EQ on there. I mean, the vocals alone having the SSL. What's the effect? I don't even know what the effect is. Hold on, let me look at it right now. The Sorcerer, which is that fancy noise gate that I use all the time. I'm curious to see how the bass guitar would sound with the Distressor plugin on it. So this could be an entire separate stream, but I think I would use this as a standalone video because I'm as much as I'm enjoying how this is sounding right now, I honest to God believe that this would sound infinitely better if I was using my third-party stuff. It sounds good, but it can sound a lot better, I think. All right, let me just read the chats real quick, see if we have anything. Ace Man saying, good golly, that's starting to sound like a record. Yeah, this is starting to sound like a good live recording now. All right, let's get on with mix bus processing, and I think from there, I think this is a good template for the band to at least get started with. So let me do my best to bus process, and we'll end on that note.
So hard, been punching my card. 8 hours forward, I'll tell you what I got. You got this feeling, time's just holding me down. Hit the ceiling, else I'll tear up this town. And I gotta cut loose, foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, pull me off of my knees. Jack, get back, come on before we crack. Lose your blues.
Everybody cut loose. You're playing so cool, obeying every rule. Deep away down in your heart, you're burning, yearning for somebody to tell you that life ain't passing you by. I'm trying to tell you. You will if you don't even try. Get by if you don't
Cut loose, foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. Ooh-wee, Marie, shake it for me. Oh, my love, come on, let's go. Lose your blues.
everybody cut foot loose.
Whoa,
Cut foot loose.
whoa. just holding me down. Hit the ceiling, else I'll tear up this town. And I gotta cut loose, foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, pull me off of my knees. Jack, get back, come on before we crack. Lose your blues.
Everybody cut loose. You're playing so cool, obeying every rule. Deep away down in your heart, you're burning, yearning for somebody to tell you that life ain't passing you by. I'm trying to tell you, you will if you don't even try. Get by if you don't make
Cut loose, foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. Ooh, Marie, shake it for me. Oh, my love, come on, let's go. Lose your blues.
everybody cut foot loose.
Whoa,
Cut foot loose.
whoa,
Cut foot loose. Cut foot loose. You got me.
And I gotta cut loose, foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, pull me off of my knees. Jack, get back, come on before we crack. Lose your blues.
Everybody cut foot loose. You're playing so cool, obeying every rule. Deep away down in your heart, you're burning, yearning for somebody to tell you that life ain't passing you by. I'm trying to tell you, you will if you don't even try. Get by if you don't make
Cut loose, foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. Ooh, Marie, shake it for me. Oh, my love, come on, let's go. Lose your blues.
everybody cut foot loose.
Whoa,
Cut foot loose.
whoa,
Cut foot loose.
whoa.
Cut foot.
Let's see what this mastering plugin does. I don't know what it does. So apparently it's analyzing it and it's going to make a decision based on what it thinks it needs. Wait, is it analyzing the entire thing? Hold on. Is this analyzing the entire project? I don't want that. I'm going to only do Footloose. Creating mastering chain. Let's see what this does. I have no idea what this does. Is this supposed to be ozone looking? Reanalyze section. Let's analyze Footloose. So we're going to have to do this one song at a time then if he wants to bounce it out. Okay. I'm curious. I'm curious to see what this does. Because otherwise I'm just going to slap on the peak limiter on this and call it a day. But let's see what this looks like. Creating mastering chain. Okay. Mastering assistant. Let's put the multimeter down there so I can see in graphic form what this is doing. All right. All right, I thought I was bugging out for a second. No, my wireless keyboard just happened to disconnect from my computer. Okay. That's always good. Let's come on, dude. What are you doing? Jesus H. Christ. Now I get my keyboard's not working. Jesus H. Christ. Oh, this is swell. This is a great thing to run into. Okay, I'm going to have to ditch the keyboard for now and just use the keyboard on the MacBook itself. That's swell. Okay, I don't want to analyze it right now. Let's put the mastering plugin on top there. And then let's see what this does. So let's do take 2 of this. That's so weird. I've never had a Bluetooth issue on this computer. Strange, strange, strange. All right, now that we have that. All right, let's see what this does. Let's bring the master fader to 0. And let's see what this cooked up.
Been working so hard, been punching my card. 8 hours for what? I'll tell you what I got. You got this feeling, time's just holding me down. Hit the ceiling, else I'll tear up this town. And I gotta cut loose, foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, throw me off of my knees. Jack, get back, come on before we crack. Lose or blues.
Everybody you're playing so cool.
Yeah, I don't like that. So, yeah, I don't like how that sounds. So, I'm just going to stick with what I know. All right, let's put another instance of the channel EQ on there. Give it a little mid-side effect going.
times is holding me down. Hit the ceiling, else I'll tear up this town. And I gotta cut loose, foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, pull me off of my knees. Jack, get back, come on before we crack. Lose your blues.
Everybody cut loose. You're playing so cool, obeying every rule. Deep away down in your heart, you're burning, yearning for somebody to tell you that life ain't passing you by. I'm trying to tell you, you will if you don't even try. Get by if you don't
Cut
become
loose, foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. Ooh, Marie, shake it for me. Oh, my Lord, come on, let's go. Lose your blues.
everybody cut foot loose.
Whoa,
Cut foot loose.
whoa,
Cut foot loose. Cut foot loose. You got me turning around. You put your feet on the ground. We'll take a hold of all. We're turning loose.
Foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, shake
me
it
off
off of my knees. Jack, get back, come on before we crack. Lose your blues. Everybody cut foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, pull me off of my knees. Jack, get back, come on before we crack. Lose your blues.
Everybody cut, everybody cut. Everybody cut, everybody cut. Everybody cut, everybody cut. Everybody cut foot loose.
Been working so hard, been punching my card. 8 hours forward, I'll tell you what I got. You got this feeling, times is holding me down. Hit the ceiling, else I'll tear up this town. And I gotta cut loose, foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, pull me off of my knees. Jack, get back, come on before we crack. Lose your blues.
Everybody cut foot loose. You're playing so cool, obeying every rule. Deep away down in your heart, you're burning, yearning for somebody to tell you that life ain't passing you by. I'm trying to tell you, you will if you don't even try. Get by if you don't become
Cut loose, foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. Ooh, Marie, shake it for me. Oh,
Everybody cut foot loose.
Whoa!
Cut foot loose.
Whoa!
Cut foot. And I know that you are born to bleed. You're a heartbreaker, dream maker, love taker, don't you mess around me. You're a heartbreaker, dream maker, love taker, don't you mess around. No, no, no. Your love has set my soul on fire, burning out of control. You taught me the ways of desire, now it's taking its toll. You're the right kind of sinner to release my inner fantasy. The invincible winner, and I know that you are born to be. You're a heartbreaker, dream maker, love taker. And all the next swang without looking back, made up a western fool. Silly, silly fool. Rolling on a river, said we rolling, rolling, rolling on a river. And a cow, I send no hugging, no kissing until I get a wedding vow. My honey, my baby, running out of control. You taught me the ways of desire, now it's taking its toll. You're the right, I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa, and don't it feel good? Hey, all right now, say don't it feel good? Hey, don't
Shake it for me. Oh, my love.
Whoa!
cut foot loose,
Whoa!
cut foot loose,
Whoa!
cut foot loose.
Oh, yeah!
You got me turning around. You put your feet on the ground. We'll take a hold of all. We're turning loose.
Put loose. Kick off your Sunday shoes.
All right. That is just about as good as I'm going to get this. I really, really miss Ozone on this. I really miss my mastering chain that I normally use. Yeah, that's as good as I'm going to get it. Are you going to mix the, Eliezer in the chat, are you going to mix the Salty Ball song? No, that wasn't even this band. That was band at Dingbats. I'm pretty sure you were joking with that. I don't know. I'm tired. Yeah, that's... Guys, this is about as good as I'm going to get it using only stock Logic plugins. I guess the thing to do now is to go back and turn everything off and then slowly turn everything on to give you guys an idea of where we're at. So I'll do just that. Turn off everything. And I'll play Footloose one more time. And, well, first let me turn on auto line so we can at least start with that. You know, I'll keep that on too. Okay. Start raw and then I'll start slowly adding everything in.
Been working so hard, been punching my card. 8 hours forward. I'll tell you what I got. I got this feeling. Time's just holding me down. Hit the ceiling. Else I'll tear up this town. And I gotta cut loose, foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, pull me off of my knees. Jack, get back, come on before we crack. Lose your blues.
Everybody cut loose. You're playing so cool, obeying every rule. Deep away down in your heart, you're burning, yearning for somebody to tell you that life ain't passing you by. I'm trying to tell you, you will if you don't even try. Get by if you don't make
Cut loose, foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. Ooh-wee, Marie, shake it for me. Oh, my love, come on, let's go. Lose your blues.
everybody cut foot loose.
Whoa,
Cut foot loose.
whoa,
Cut foot loose.
whoa.
Cut foot loose. You got me turning around. You put your feet on the ground. We'll take a hold of all. We're turning loose.
Foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, shake me off of my knees. Jack, get back, come on before we crack. Lose your blues. Everybody cut foot loose, foot loose. Kick off your Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, pull me off of my knees. Jack, get back, come on before we crack. Lose your blues.
Everybody cut, everybody cut. Everybody cut, everybody cut. Everybody cut, everybody cut. Everybody cut foot loose.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's really impressive, actually. I don't know. Do you guys want to hear what it would sound like with Ozone? I mean, this is done, so I'm saving this. I don't know why I just clicked save in OBS. I just clicked save in Logic, so no, I don't want to load up Luminar Neo. You fucking idiot! Why did you click the wrong button? I'm gonna hear now what it sounds like with Ozone. Now that I saved everything, it's done. I'm gonna send this as a template to the band. Now I'm just gonna have fun and hear what this actually sounds like. I'll keep all the Logic plugins loaded, but I'm just going to eliminate everything here in one instance of Ozone. Just to hear what it would sound like. Right?
Ooh-wee, Marie, shake it for me. Oh, my love, come on, let's go. Lose your blues.
Everybody cut foot loose.
Whoa,
Cut foot loose.
whoa,
Cut foot loose.
whoa.
Cut foot loose.
Dude, not even like, even just letting it like cook and do its thing, it instantly sounds better than everything I did. So, holy shit. this is the most necessary, expensive, but powerful plugin I've ever owned. Holy shit. Ozone rules.
Been working so hard, been punching my card. 8 hours forward, I'll tell you what I got. You got this feeling, time's just holding me down. Hit the ceiling, else I'll tear up this town. And I gotta cut loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, hold me off of my knees. Jack, get back, come on before we crack. Lose your blues.
Everybody cut loose. You're playing so cool, obeying every rule. Deep away down in your heart, you're burning, yearning for somebody to tell you that life ain't passing you by. I'm trying to tell you, you will if you don't even try.
Your blues.
Everybody cut foot loose,
Whoa.
cut foot loose,
Whoa.
cut foot loose.
Dude, Ozone just... this is fucking black magic, what Ozone is, man. That is black magic. Holy shit. That... dude, Ozone 11, man, that's pretty goddamn impressive. How good Ozone 11 just makes that sound, man. Fuck me. All right. Well, if Mark from the band, if you are watching this, now you hear the difference between mixing Logic and only using Logic plugins and relying on Logic's plugins to master your stuff, and then just using Ozone. I hope you guys noticed that too, because holy mother of fuck, that just sounded amazing. All right, we are in the absolute best place.
Cut foot loose. You got me turning around. You put your feet on the ground. We'll take a hold of
Yeah, we're in the best place that we're gonna be. So now that this is set, let me delete all the regions in this project because we're saving this as a template. So let me bring, not that, let's bring the project back down to reasonable slots here. Let's eliminate, let's delete everything from this project. All files, project, okay. Now that we have everything deleted, so now when you load up this and save it as a template, you won't include all the audio files now. So file, save as template. Let's go to my desktop and save it as Crusaders Mix Template. And put my name on it. So save. Again, okay, save as project template. Oh, Jesus Christ, I got it saved in the project template folder. Okay, save as template. Okay, let's try this again. Cruisadors, mix, template, Chris, save. Okay, now when we close this, don't save. Let's bring up new from template. My templates, Cruisadors, mix template. Okay, and now we're all set. Sweet. Okay. Everything's saved. Everything's sweet. All right, and to save space, Logic is not going to load the plugins. Okay, so let's save. Okay, so all you have to do is just click the track. Okay. All right, we are done, guys. We are done. That's as good as I'm gonna get that to sound using only Logic stock Logic plugins. So to the few of you, I know there's a few of you, but to those of you who requested that I mix using only stock Logic plugins, there you go. So thank you for watching. I will be live again on Friday. I have a show at Dingbats, and oh wow, it's only 11:30. Okay. I guess I can edit a video to publish for tomorrow, and I'm happy because these fucking annoying Play-Doh gummy looking things on my gums are coming out tomorrow, along with the stitches that are now just literally flying all over my mouth. They're really annoying. Every time I run my tongue on the top of my mouth, it feels like there's crumbs in my teeth, but it's really just the stitches and the stitch fabric or whatever. The dentist has to physically take it out, so he's doing it tomorrow. I'm finally getting this shit out of my mouth. I'm so happy for that. I could finally eat normal crunchy food again. Because I've been literally dieting only on like soup and like soft foods the last 2 weeks. So, all right, I'm excited for that. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on Friday night. If not, I will see you on Friday, no matter what. But probably tomorrow I'll be uploading a video too. So, okay, bye.